What's up, everybody? I'm Cinema's favorite idiot, and let's talk about Nobody. The first one.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Alright, so what is Nobody? Nobody was a twist on John Wick-esque movies, showing how an average man, Bob Odenkirk, is more than meets the eye. The movie opens on our main character, Hutch Mansell, a father with a typical 9-to-5 job, and the rut his life seems to be running. He makes relatable errors, like missing the garbage truck, not making enough coffee, struggling to connect with his wife and family. He's living a normal, boring life on loop. He's a nobody. The movie is kickstarted by a home invasion and leads to a cascading sequence in which his family man facade starts to dissipate, and we don't know much about his past, but we figure out pretty quickly that Bob Odenkirk is an absolute beast. The Baba Yaga, without a reputation, essentially. And I just gotta say, I really love this movie. I really do. It's definitely gonna be under the should watch category. What does Nobody do right? So, in my opinion, it was a very fresh and unique twist on a one-man versus all shooter action flick, showing Hutch Mansell as an auditor. He's really just an assassin, out of the game and with zero reputation. Nobody knows him. He's an absolute ghost. This sort of idea is completely opposite to John Wick, where everyone in the movie seems to know about him and the reputation, whereas Hutch, the only thing we ever learn from him is what he does. So we slowly start to put together pieces that this guy is freaking awesome. He's literally John Wick without the reputation, but the same killer instinct. That's the premise of this movie. This movie shows a man grappling with the mundane, itching for the long ago feeling of purpose and glory. He's longing for the glory days. He wants to get back in the game. That is the essence of what makes Nobody so good. Everybody who's ever wanted to ditch the normalities of life, be different, do something, be somebody, can live vicariously through this movie. And it feels great. I wanted to take on the world after watching this movie. I wanted to do something. Go out there, kick butt like Bob Odenkirk. It feels more relatable to the average nobody's watching, aka this guy. Another thing that I really thought was good was casting. Bob Odenkirk is perfect for this role. They were looking for somebody the complete opposite of Stallone, Keanu Reeves, Tom Cruise, your typical action hero. They landed on 5'9", unathletic Bob Odenkirk, and it's just great. It works so well. I'm personally a big fan of Bob Odenkirk, but I could never see him the way I do in Nobody. Just works. It's so far-fetched and maybe unbelievable at times, but that's why it's so entertaining. Another thing that I like is that I thought the action sequences and fight scenes were thoroughly enjoyable. It's just an absolute blast. I mean, I think that the bus scene, the public bus scene, is absolutely iconic. Progressions, action, the antics, it's all great. I mean, you visibly saw Hutch kicking off the dust. He got beat up and little by little slowly started picking up speed until he was just untouchable. He was back to his form, and I love that. The guy had been out of the game for 10 years. Of course he's not gonna be as good as when he was originally in the game, right? So that was an awesome progression, and there was just so many memorable parts about that fight that I'll just say for you guys. The use of juxtaposition throughout all the fights with 60s music playing in the background as Bob Odenkirk is demolishing people. It's just awesome, and it just left me smiling.
Bright, blessed day, the dogs say goodnight. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Where does Nobody fail? In my opinion, I don't really have any faults with this movie. With that being said, if anything, it was possibly cliche, especially considering the influx of action movies under the specific genre. The past 3 years, you have Gray Man with Ryan Gosling. You had Ballerina, which is just the offshoot of John Wick, right? But this one kind of stands on its own because of its unique premise. It's so brilliant if you think about it. The idea of making a movie centered around a guy that you would never suspect to be as cool as he is. It can stand on its own, and it's a very unique premise. In my opinion, this movie was made for one goal, entertainment, and it absolutely accomplished that. Another possible pitfall is that the main villain is a stereotypical Russian mobster. He had psychotic tendencies and was overall kind of forgettable, but even he had his moments where he made me laugh, and it felt good. This is crazy. I don't usually I have a lot more to say about movies on the negative, but maybe if anything too, the ending sequence I thought was a little lackluster. I was expecting something a little bit bigger, but it kind of just ended in pure carnage, and I can't say I didn't enjoy it. I guess I just kind of wanted a little bit more. but I think you guys will come to see that. This movie, I'm so happy that I finally get to kickstart the should watch category, and this movie 100% falls under that category. This movie was memorable, it was fun, and a great twist on a heavily saturated movie genre. I enjoyed Nobody, maybe enough to start being somebody. Anyway, guys, that's Nobody 2021. Peace out, guys.